And now, more with Social Women, with your hosts, Pat Cruz, Amy Diaz, and Bronwyn Dannenfelser.
And welcome back to Social Women. I'm your co-host, Bronwyn Dannenfelser, and we are here talking about the Social Women 8 Weeks to Better Living Challenge with Candita Clayton. And I am so excited about this. I have my assessment in front of me. And for anyone who's just tuning in to us about this, we started the 8 Weeks to Better Living Challenge. We started announcing it over a month ago because we wanted to find a way for women to speak to each other, for us to make some goals and really make some better changes in our lives. And so Candita's been working with us, and I'm so excited. So I took my assessment, Candita, and I've got it here.
Okay. So did you isolate one or two specific things that you want to do better?
One or two. Ooh, we've got some feedback here, don't we? Hold on, everybody out there. Pat's been fooling around with this really crazy computer that she's got, which I think Candita just put, pretty well, saying that it looks like it's going to take flight. Yes. It's very big.
Amy, we miss you today.
So
Come back, Amy. Come back.
So I looked at the challenge, and so anybody who's out there, you can be part of the 8-week challenge by going to our Facebook page. Or Candida, can you tell people where they can download the assessment?
So on Facebook, if there's a special page called 8 Weeks to Better Living Challenge. So if you go there, you can find out about the challenge and also download an assessment. There's a link there. And then fill it out. It's really quick. There's less than 20 questions. It'll take you 5 minutes tops to kind of isolate what you want to do better. When I asked Pat, so Bronwyn said, I filled out my assessment. She was all excited. So I said to Pat, so what about, what do you want to do better? And she's like, all of those. I want to do all of those better. Lose weight, make more time for myself, exercise, be in a relationship.
Overachiever.
It might have been easier to list what.
She said, she asked me which one, and
I said, is it one? She said, no,
yes.
all. Plus other. She also has other.
I have other. My other.
Well, I figured that if I kind of honed it down to two, that I really knew if I could focus on two things, then I would be doing myself a service, because in my normal life, I have too many things going on, and it makes it very hard to achieve them all. So I picked manage my time more effectively and exercise.
That's great.
So.
Now, see, I think that, and because you're talking about managing your time more effectively, you're already making that a priority by not overtaxing yourself with saying, I want to do all of these things. Because one of the things that we can achieve with this is once we choose one goal, we can apply the same model to the whole thing. So if you decide manage my time more efficiently is really where you want to go, and after 8 weeks you've really achieved that, now the next 8 weeks choose something else.
I like this.
Right? Instead of trying to do it all at once.
It's going to be habit forming.
Right. So that's what we're trying to
I keep telling myself.
is a habit, a positive habit.
Just positive habit.
We can have negative habits that we want to lose. We want to gain some positive habits and create a model for success.
For everything. For all of the above and other.
Right.
I'm still saying overachiever.
All of the above and other, because there are some great topics on there, and I think everybody could benefit from touching on any one of the topics that we're going to cover during this. Eating healthier, getting exercise, better time management. Who can't say yes to any of the above?
Very
really.
true.
That's true. And I think that we probably all have a little bit of all of these topics that we want to do better with. But if we can just take that one thing that's the overwhelming goal that we have and start with that, have success there, then we can move on to the next thing.
That's great.
We want to just give you the resources every week to try to help you achieve that success.
So, Candita Candita, tell us a little bit about your own business and how this assessment came to be.
Well, I am a better living guru. Of sorts. I hate to use that term because it sounds so, But everything that I've done in my career over the last 20 years has been about better living, fitness and nutrition, sustainability and eco-friendly living, organization. I write about all of those topics, and I consult with people about all of those things. So from my visits here and from being around a lot of successful, busy women, I realize that there's a lot of holes for us in living what we consider our best life. And so and really, it was you who, Pat.
She came in and said, Pat needs a lot of help.
And I, this was like the brainchild of actually a meditation session. So, so we're going to talk about that today. So basically, I spend all my time every day, every week, looking for ways to live better and to educate people about doing that. And it's really fun. It's such a great job.
That is so cool.
I need to just stay with me all the time because I'm going to need all of the above plus other.
So we're on our first week and we're focusing on meditation.
Meditation. We sort of did meditation / exercise, so we can talk a little bit about that too. But meditation is something that I think a lot of people are very confused about because they think it's something that's not for them. It's like something other people do,
First thing I think of is something associated with the sound, like just as someone, sitting Indian style, holding the hands over their knees, going,
right. Yeah, exactly. Lotus position chanting.
Is that what that is?
And you can do that, and there's lots of people who do meditate in that way, but it's not the only way. There's really many ways to practice meditation, and it can be as simple as really taking 5 minutes for yourself, counting backwards from 20 to 1 and breathing deeply. That could be the most simplistic way you could meditate. Really, if you do a Google search about meditation, there'll be all kinds of information that'll come up about different practices, and it can be as intense, deep and intense as you want it to be, or really as simple as the way I just explained it, which is kind of how I, started doing it.
So for somebody just starting out, that is a good way to start. 20, so you start counting at 20, and you just go backwards. 5 minutes, and what is clear your mind, and
it just clear, and really the whole key is to just kind of clear your mind. Try not to think about anything, which is the most difficult part, because we have thousands of thoughts coming at us constantly. So if you can just clear your mind, even for 2 minutes within that 5, you've achieved something really great. Yeah, so we were talking about the assessment. So if you haven't done your assessment yet, please do that because it will really help you to isolate what you want to do better, the goal that you want to make for yourself. So in terms of meditation, there's really 5 reasons to do it. And you can really do it. Bronwyn and I were just discussing this. You could really do it for 5 minutes a day, and it would benefit you just for 5 minutes. And it's very hard sometimes to make people understand that 5 minutes of an investment, you could really yield a great result, but you definitely do. And sometimes it's very, very difficult to clear your head because you get thousands of thoughts coming through your head constantly. So within
those are the voices, right?
The voices, yes.
I'm not listening to my voices anymore.
So if you can train yourself to clear your head and just have almost like empty space, which feels impossible when you first start doing it, but then once you achieve it, it's so incredible. And I've really gotten some of my best ideas after meditating.
I'm in for the 5 minutes because it's a commitment, but it's not too much of a commitment where I think that I'm going to have to sit with my brain and my thoughts for
I'm afraid of those.
30 minutes.
So now, I would suggest if you're just starting, you might want to find some really great meditation music, which you can easily get on your iPhone or download it from a music website, and just something with rainforest or chimes or anything that kind of makes you focused on the music. And that kind of music actually changes your brain waves a little bit to kind of put you in what they call alpha. And when you go on these meditation websites, you'll see what I mean by all that. I don't want to get too distracted by that. But 5 minutes, just listen to some type of meditation music for 5 minutes, focus on your breathing, and I'm telling you, you'll get there.
So when you say focus on your breathing, is there like a suggested, breathe in for this many beats or exhale for this many beats? What is the...
Well, for me, I just kind of breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth and just focus on that. So Larry, of course, is giving us some sound effects. But that is, and just the exercise of listening to your breathing will really, that's nice. I'm like almost there.
Everything just got very calm in the studio.
This is the rainforest. What do you find is the best one?
I like rainforest myself. Yeah.
I love all of that.
Yeah,
waves.
Or chimey. I like chimey stuff.
I need beach waves.
Beach waves.
Because then
beach waves?
Possibly think of warm sun and
any of that.
Yeah.
And then you could from that, you could also have like a focus of something like vacation or something that you really want, you know, and sometimes I go into it with a problem to say, I've got this problem, how do I solve it? And just kind of ask myself that question before I go into meditation, and frequently the answer comes to me like an hour or two after. So it's like your own mind solves the problem.
So I have a question. When do you find is the best time of day to do this? Because I'm thinking in the morning I'm going to get up and rush around and
Larry,
get my
would
kids
you
off to
stop?
school.
Well,
I like the waves. I like the waves. That's okay. I'm thinking Honolulu. But anyway, and so in the morning I'm jump up and get ready, get my kids off. At night, I'm literally got toothpicks on my eyes trying to keep them open. And there's so much going on in my brain that I just sometimes need to pass out. So I don't know if I could just do it in the middle of the day. I'd have to do it before or after.
You definitely have to have a plan, because the day gets away from us, and I find the day gets away from me too. So frequently what I do is I'll wake up, if I know I need to get up at 6, let's say, I'll get up at 1:15 so that I can actually meditate before I get up. So that is one of the things, and I've suggested that to many people, and they've found that that's kind of a doable time, because even if you take 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes that gets you kind of into the habit. It's very addictive once you get used to it, too. You really will find that it's something you'll enjoy doing. Then, once you get into that little 5-minute routine of you're doing it, let's even say 2 or 3 times a week, you'll find that you'll make time for it some other time in the day. And it is really great if you had like a specific time. So if you knew at 3 o'clock in the afternoon you normally have a coffee break, or you do something that you know, is a habit for you, you can make that your habit. And there again, it's 5 minutes. Or, I mean, I usually meditate for 15 minutes or so, 15 minutes to 30 minutes. But if you only have 5 minutes, that's all it takes.
Well, let's talk about the benefits. We're going to want to go back, because I looked at your blog, and you actually have some great examples of how meditation does help people physically. And can you?
It does. So there's several good reasons to meditate. One is physically, it helps you decrease stress, and there's been many studies done on this. It really does help you decrease stress, and you'll find that it's a great managing tool for stress, because you regulate your breathing, you're taking more oxygen in, it relaxes your muscles. So that's a really good reason. Stress is the reason for lots of disease and pain and discomfort. So the less amount of stress we have, the better off we are. Mental clarity. It really does increase your focus and mental clarity. And this, I can speak to this because I've been meditating now probably 5 or 6 years after I went on a vacation, which was how I got into it. And I've been doing it ever since, because it was really life-changing for me. And I find that I have mental clarity, and I can really put my thoughts in order and make mental goals that I can achieve because of it. So those are 2 really great reasons to do it, if not for nothing else.
I think I could work on that.
I can work on that. Like I think I would try it I will try it during the middle of the day, though, because I start and then I don't stop. And when I stop, I'm kind of like you, Pat. It's like down on the ground.
Down.
But my mother always says to me, she's like, you have got to get out of that office, or you've got to just take a few minutes, go make sure you go out to lunch somewhere. And I won't do that. I'll sit at my desk and I'll eat at my desk, or I'll be running around, so I don't stop. So I like the idea of maybe doing something achievable, 10 minutes, where I go and listen to something calming. And then probably, I imagine, when I get back to what it is that I had to do, I might just feel a little bit more revived. I like that.
I think, do you take a lunch?
You didn't today.
No, that's right. Today you did not.
No, today was bad.
So let's use lunch as a perfect example, because we have to eat at some point. At some point, you're compelled to eat. So if you were going to take just a half an hour, 15 minutes of that for eating, and 10 minutes or 5 minutes from meditating or taking a few minutes for yourself, that's the perfect time, because it's kind of a natural break in your day anyway. Even if you sit at your desk, you could just step outside for a few minutes, or sometimes I go in my car. I just go in my car.
Clients walking in and out, seeing me in my car home. Why is Bronwyn so quiet? Sitting in the car.
So, I mean, I think if it is a goal for you, and if you really want to reap the benefits of it, which if you go to my blog, I'll lay it out for you exactly what the benefits are. It's so worth doing, and I think you, over a very short period of time, you will feel a difference and see that it is a meaningful exercise to do.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up and give everyone the information that we need to do again. So the assessment is can be found on the following places. Candida?
Social Women, the Social Women page on Facebook, the 8 Weeks to Better Challenge, Better Living Challenge on Facebook, and you have to like the page, and then you'll have access to everything. Or you can go to my blog, Candita Clayton, livebetter.com, and go local.
GoLocalProv.com.
So,
and we'll be posting it also. I just asked if we could put it on our own, WeSpeakWomen.com, so you can also get the links there, and we'll put the links directly to yours.
great.
And we want to thank Candita Clayton for joining us today and discussing the 8 Weeks to Better Living Challenge. Go make sure you get your assessment.